2020 was a good time, found some few friends, and I'm still rolling with one of the most consistent, reliable, friendly, kind. But beyond all that, she's an entrepreneur, a speaker, a communicator, and a lawyer in the making. I have with me Moyosore therapist, Bimbo-Atolani.
Every teenager has to come to terms and understand that life will not always be fair.
Yeah.
Most times you would have had a plan.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I want to do next year, next 2 years, next 5 years. But you just have to understand that life will not go the way you want it. And it's actually fine. You just have to work with what you have and build on it.
Yeah.
Success does not come on a platter. You have to work for it and you have to persevere.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not an 100% fan of saying communication is the foundation of a relationship. I'm not an 100% fan. I always add communication and comprehension.
Okay.
Because most times you can be communicating with someone and the person cannot even comprehend what you're saying.
Right.
So communication and comprehension, they are like foundations to a successful or a blissful relationship.
Wow. Welcome to Ileyemi TV. Honestly, this is a dream in the making. In 2022, I had this plan to start my own podcast, but I really don't know what I wanted to do. Yes, I really don't know what I wanted to do. I didn't even know the name of the podcast. But in 2023, I had a clear vision of what I wanted to do. So reflecting back on my own life, I've actually failed in some little aspect of life. Yeah, I failed in some little aspect of life. And so I felt like, okay, let me bring in people who are very good in those aspects, right? To come and share. Let's come and share so all of us can just gain knowledge, together. So it's just like educative podcast, yeah. Let me just put it like that. So I'll be bringing in people who are killing it in their own field to share with us, So that is just like the basics of the whole podcast. And so, when you're trying to start something, it is very good to start with either your friend or probably your family member, one of those, one of those. And so today, we specifically say let's start with the teens, the teenagers. And so I have with me my own twin sister, Moyosore therapist, Bimbo-Atolani. So we can just do this together. The very first one, the very first episode. So without wasting more time, let's jump in. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine.
Hope you are
Hi.
fine. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
So I'm so grateful to be doing this with you.
Pleasure.
Yeah, this is our first podcast, and having you with you is extremely great. Yeah, so we'll be talking about life lessons for teenagers. So I feel like you should go first. Ladies
Okay.
first.
Okay, so
Your first life lesson for
I
teenagers.
feel it's going to be life is not always fair.
Okay.
And every teenager has to come to terms and understand that life will not always be fair.
Yeah.
Most times you would have had a plan.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is what I want to do next year, next 2 years, next 5 years. But you just have to understand that life will not go the way you want it. And it's actually fine to get. So you just have to work with what you have and build on it.
Yeah.
That's all. That's just what I feel.
Wow, that's nice. So I feel like the second life lessons for teenagers, I would say, is that you face rejection. So in life, rejections happen. You face failures, you face rejections, but that's not the end of life. And so it's just for you to re-strategize and just go back. Because me starting this channel, I think one of the things that have happened to me, because like I said the other time, we'll be talking about different aspects of life, like different field of study, business. I failed in business. I failed in so many things like that. And so in life, that does not define us. So in life, you fail in so many things, but it's just for you to just come back and then regroup and restart.
Yes, adding to that,
Okay.
I feel like people just have to understand that you cannot be liked by everybody.
Yeah.
You are not for everybody. You have to understand that you are for yourself. Just be you.
Okay.
Chase your dreams. Don't chase likes.
Yeah, okay.
Another lesson I want every teenager to know is success requires hard work and perseverance.
Yeah.
Success does not come on a platter.
Yeah.
You have to work for it. You have to work for it.
Yeah.
You have to persevere. You have to work hard and all of that. That's another lesson. And explaining that, I feel, although most times we see certain persons that get these things on a platter, most times they are born with silver spoons.
Yes.
They do not face the usual struggle that some of us faced and all of that. But if we look deep, if we look
closely,
like closely, you see that somebody have suffered, or somebody have
suffered for it.
Exactly. Probably their parents, their
grandparents.
Exactly. So even if it's coming on a platter for them, it's probably didn't come on a platter for maybe their parents or whoever would have worked for it. You get. So success does not come on a platter. You have to work for it and you have to persevere.
Yeah. So I feel the fourth lesson I will give to teenagers is that your choices have consequences. So no matter what you do, now the thing is, my mom will say something. She said, good or bad, no matter what you do, you will reap. So everything has consequences. So when you do the good part of it, you reap the good part of it. When you do something bad, then you reap. So your choices. So don't start blaming people for your own choices. Before you choose to do something, you've picked it whether okay, no matter how it turns out. So no matter how it turns out, just know that your consequences, you face it. Good or bad, you definitely face it. So I feel like that is the fourth one I'll give to teenagers. So the fifth one you give to teenagers is,
you are responsible for your own life. You are responsible for, okay, just what like the previous lesson you said. Your choices have consequences. Your choices, not my choice. So you are responsible for your own life. You are responsible for whatever choice you make. You are responsible for whatever consequences you face. You are responsible for your life, and you have to be intentional. You have to be proactive in working towards your dream. Whatever comes after it, either good or bad, is up to you. It's based on the choices you have made. Do you get?
Yeah, that's nice. So the sixth life lessons I will share is that not everybody will like you. So one of the classical examples that I know is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ did everything well. He did everything well, helped people, healed people, and he was still hated, he was killed. So if Jesus Christ can be hated, who are you? So everybody cannot like you. You can do everything well. You can do everything like you can do everything well and still be hated. All right. So just know that and know peace. Not everybody will like you. So
you have to like yourself first.
Honestly, definitely.
You don't need validation from
anybody. Yes, that's it. So
okay. So another lesson we have here is you can make mistakes, but you can learn from them. I feel when majority of us, when we were growing up, we were made to understand that when you make mistakes, or should I say it was painted as a big thing. Like, hey, you've made mistake and all of that. But growing up, I figured out that mistakes are actually part of life's journey. Like, it is part of the journey, but it does not define your destination. It does not determine your destination. The choices you make as regards that mistake will now determine your destination. Do you get? So mistakes are actually fine. It's okay to make mistakes, but it's now up to you to work on your mistakes and see them as a stepping stone to success. You don't, when you make mistakes, you don't relent. Instead, you work harder. If we look at most people that have invented something, those people that are successful, we see that they made multiple mistakes. Do you get? They made multiple mistakes, and now they are people that we talk about in our day-to-day life. So mistakes are stepping stones to success. Do you get? That's another lesson.
Wow. So I feel the eighth lesson I'll give to teenagers is that you are not alone in your struggles. Yes, you are not alone. There's no definition for it. It's just you are not alone in your struggles, but in your struggles, make sure that you are finding purpose. In everything you are doing, just make sure that you are finding purpose. So find purpose in everything. Even in pain, find purpose in your pain, find purpose. You are not just alone in your struggles.
Okay, before I move on, I think I have like an advice to those that are in a particular kind of struggle. I feel they should try to locate or try to walk up to people that are in similar struggles. Yes, and try to learn from their struggles, because obviously those people would have come out of such struggles. Do you get? So they should walk up to people with similar struggles and just basically learn from it. That's just an advice.
So
then moving on to another lesson. Relationship takes work and communication.
To
But talking of relationship, most times people tend to think of, okay,
dating,
a boy dating,
dating.
a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
But relationship is
Way
kind of
beyond.
more than that.
Yeah.
Friendship is
Yes.
a kind of a relationship.
Yeah.
Even the relationship you have with your family members is a relationship.
Yeah.
So it takes work and communication. Then personally, I'm not an 100% fan of saying communication is the foundation of a relationship. I'm not an 100% fan. I always add communication and comprehension.
Okay.
Because most times you can be communicating with someone and the person cannot even comprehend what you're saying.
Right.
Do you get? So communication and comprehension, they are like foundations to a successful or a blissful relationship.
Wow.
Do you get? And when we say work and communication, that work kind of like entails a lot of things. It entails intentionality, it entails adaptability, flexibility, emotional intelligence, care, love, and a whole lot of things. So before a relationship can blossom, you have to work and you have to communicate. And you know, communication, there are certain kind of people that they don't know how to communicate.
Yes, yes.
They feel like, let me just let it slide.
Right.
Do you
Yes,
get? But
yes.
no, I feel personally, I'm a very confrontational person. Like, I know how to, when I'm not okay with something, I know how to walk up to the person.
I'm the
like,
opposite.
I know how to walk up to the person and like, you did this thing, you know, jig, do you get? I don't like it.
Yeah.
Do you get? But not everybody can be like that. But I feel it takes intentionality. If you're intentional about that relationship, if you're intentional about that friendship, when you see something that you're not quite cool with or something like you just want to talk about, I feel you should communicate. It's a foundation. It's on it that a relationship will blossom. Do you get?
Yeah. So I think the final one is that you as a person, a teenager, can change the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the power to change the world. Now let's go to the guy who produced bulb, like lights and stuff like that. So this guy actually failed, I think 99 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was the 100th time, and then he just got it right. So and then he changed the world forever. I don't know what year he did it. Yeah, but then it's like decades ago, and we are still using it. So you have the power to change the world. Don't limit yourself to what you basically see, or don't tell yourself that you cannot do it. You can definitely do it.
I want to add something. You know, when you're talking of changing the world, most times people tend to think that you have to do like an heroic act. Little things at times matters.
Yes.
Then accumulation of these little things can now become jiggy. And when you want, if you have a mindset that you want to change the world, I feel then you can. So you have to work on your mindset. You get? If you feel you cannot, then you cannot. Yeah. But if you feel you can, then you can.
Yeah. So I'm grateful to be having this first conversation with you.
Yeah.
Opening the section with you, my G, my friend. And so I can't wait to have another time with you, probably later. I don't know when. Probably soon too.
Maybe.
So I'm really grateful. Thank you guys for watching. And so in the other videos, we'll be talking about so many different aspects of business, like I said, business and a lot of things. So we can't wait to have you in the next one. And we will see you. Thank you so much. See you. Bye. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you find value in this video, make sure you click the subscribe button, like, share. Share it to your friends, share it to your family. And also, if you want to connect with me and my guest and even the TV show, go down in the description below or in this video and you see everything. Everything right there. And I can't wait to see you in the next video to connect with you. Let's go.